Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review, where I'm going to be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 9, Reunion, Part 3. Yes. Now, have y'all seen it? It was pretty good, it was a lot of shade, a lot of disrespect, coming from all sorts of people. I'm surprised, like I said, this second half of the season, it's looking like it's looking for some people. I mean, it seems like the grace and the sophistication kind of thrown out the window, and a lot of payback and get back in certain types of ways to make people feel bad. But child, Destiny didn't check Carlos about 3 different times on this episode, child. But at the end, she wasn't there at the final part of part 2. I wonder, did he put her in timeout, child? Then I don't know. Maybe I'm moving a little too ahead, but that's what I know. Does anybody else notice that? I'm like, well, when Kimmi was, checking Carlos and giving him attitude, she didn't go nowhere. You know how folks do. All right, so Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 9, Reunion, Part 2 of 3, because the third one, child, that lame dude come back. Anyway, I don't even want to go to Part 3 yet. Let's stay on Part 2. Okay. Melody. Her and Kimmi still arguing back and forth about the inevitable. I mean, come on now. I mean, okay, I can understand Melody's hesitance in wanting to admit any fault or guilt. In my opinion, I think she's tying in taking accountability, rightful accountability, because of all the backlash she's getting due to some of her followers acting out on some of the cast, or people who were going or not going, but just not, being adversarial with Melody. I don't even try to be a part of nobody clique. Like I said, everybody can get it and everybody can receive some love. I just see it like I see it. And it just seems, like I said, like Melody's having a hard time taking accountability for some things. It's like she doesn't want to give them the benefit of the doubt. And just thinking back to some of the things that she mentioned and said in the season 8 and 9, because really all one season, it's like she's there for get back. And some things she said were a little off the wall. Anyway, we'll get to it. So like I said, Melody doesn't see her fault in asking about Maurice and his lips and carrying on. And then Melody brought up how Nell felt when Melody laughed in her face about mentoring her. And, Nell chimed in and said it took her a while to get back to her, meaning it took a while for Nell to get back to Melody about her hurt, because it ties into her grieving her mother at this present time. Her mother, Nell's mother, passed away, 5 years ago? A few years ago. And while Nell was counseling, and Nell and Chris, mind you, were trying to piece Melody and Martell back together, like they said. And I remember in previous seasons how Melody would say, yeah, we needed help. So Chris and Nell was there to help us and yada yada. But then in this episode, this reunion, Melody tried to make it seem like she didn't even want them over there, or she didn't even ask them to come over to help her. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know for a fact I heard out of Melody's mouth in these past seasons that Nell and Chris were there to help them, and it failed. Remember when she threw the glass at this was when they were still in the process of trying to figure things out. What was it, season? Shoot, how long? Child, whatever season. She had on that leather and that really bad wig. Ooh, child, that wig. And Martell, they always play the flashback. And Martell said, well, she was the only one, she was going to satisfy me. And that really angered Melody. And she threw the glass, a really nice glass, on their back porch at Nell and Chris's house. Before then, she mentioned, during that season, she mentioned how Chris and Nell were there to help them, but it just didn't work because he just kept going over there. He kept on with old girl. So it just seems kind of, weird. But anyway, Nell explained how she hasn't been right ever since. Because like I said, it all ties into her mom. She said she's still grieving. Looked like she was about to cry. She was tearing up. And I miss my mama too. And I couldn't imagine leaving my mama on her deathbed, child, to go see about some fools who can't get along in their marriage. Somebody that can't keep his penis in the household, and the other one who apparently can't satisfy him according to him. Now I wasn't there. I'm just going by what they saying, child. I will be hurt too and devastated. But to me, it was how Melody laughed in her face and chuckled and had the audacity to say. Now, this is what they didn't play in at the beginning when we first saw this scene, but they later played how Melody said she got a therapist. Well, at least I didn't see it when they first aired it. Maybe y'all did, but I didn't. Melody told Nell at the time, after laughing and turning around and doing the buckled over laugh all in her face and in the kitchen. Nell's like, come on now, that's just way too much. Yeah, it was way too much. And unfortunately, Nell should have said something then, but it just triggered her current subacute grief that she's going through about her mom. Melody said, I have a therapist, my mama, and God to go to. ... Why would I need you? Ain't that nothing? But all those nights and days until the wee hours in the morning, you didn't tell them to go home when they came to your front porch, or it just seems, oh, child. Listen, I can't get no more invested and no more mad. But like Nell said, she's still feeling a way about it. She won't admit more about it, or maybe they didn't show it, but I would have said time and time again, I'm not her. But it's just so obvious to a lot of people. I mean, come on, Melody. Girl, it's like Melody just refuses to accept accountability. Have some empathy for the woman. Have some sympathy for your friend. I mean, geez Louise. Melody just doesn't recognize that her so-called accountability by saying, I recognize her pain, I recognize her feelings. Okay, but how about, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I didn't know that I was hurting your feelings, and I'm sorry. Now, she did kind of apologize when Nell was getting fitted for her vow renewal dress. So what if she's still crying about it, if that's your friend, your dear friend, I would just say, girl, I can't tell you, I can't apologize enough for how hurt you are. I see you crying. I mean, golly, But then Melody seems to think that everybody on that side of the couch who sat were the same side as Martell all got together to bring up all these things to go against her for this reunion. Girl, Melody, your head a little too big. I think that bob is too tight, or I think you loosen up them straps in that wig. I don't know if that's your hair. My bad, but that don't even sound right to even think that. And on that side is Destiny, Martell, Kimmi, Maurice, and the Fletchers. All of them got together to come against her. Girl, that sound like, girl, Melody, girl, Melody, girl. Again, this ain't no hate train I'm on. Everybody can get it, and everybody can get some love. Don't even trip. But girl, you really think of it? And she was telling this to Marcus, sometimes they go backstage and give a little, give a little more than what they gave on stage. And she telling Marcus this, like, now had she said that on stage, then maybe she could have got the reaction she needed, like the one I'm giving her. A lot of laughter and girl, bye. But then again, it wouldn't be a good look. But I mean, really, so Chris did chime in to try and help his wife. Because like I said, she was tearing up and everything. I feel so bad for Nell. Because Chris really, was trying to help Melody understand that it'll be nice for you to hear that she was grieving her mom was on her deathbed, and we got up countless nights and days to see about Melody and Martell. Still nothing. Stone. And Melody is stone. She ain't trying to give no type of empathy other than I recognize her feelings. Well, Chris was hurt too. That's why he spoke also, Melody. Oh my, listen, Melody, if you listen, watching, listen, if anybody know Melody, then this is roughly 12 minutes into the video, just in case, you want to look at it. Melody girl, Melody, come on now. You mean to tell me you didn't give Nell now one iota on this stage, that stage, of any empathy or sympathy, or it's okay to apologize more than once, especially if Nell is saying she's not there yet to be back in the same graces that she was with Melody. That is alarming. That right there is telling everybody, including Melody, everybody at an earshot, that Nell is waiting for Melody to act better in this situation. I'm just saying. Next, we got Destiny. Her comeback is wonderful. She is starting over again. She ain't quitting. She ain't done, and I'm happy for her. I'm actually, I haven't seen Destiny do anything wrong yet this season, and that's to be honest. Her tries at things where it was not received is not her fault. Well, let me say this. The one thing I did not like was her on this girls trip trying to maybe persuade Melody. But the fact that Destiny came the first day she got there, she knew Melody said, fuck Destiny. I don't know about you, but when I hear now, if I was Destiny, if that was me, I would want to sit next to her in no way, shape, or form. I don't care how much has gone on or what has gone on, and unless she took that back, well, fuck you too, bitch. I'm just saying, I can give whatever I get, and if it is what, because right now that's what it is. Okay, we don't get into it. So again, Destiny's come back. They talk about Lance and Lucky and how now this part was in her dating. This part was a little wonky. Um, it, Carlos was getting checked. Child, Destiny was checking Carlos. Destiny was checking Carlos a few times. So when it came to Lance, aka Lucky, he was meaning Carlos was asking all kind of questions, asking if her romance with Lance / Lucky was just for the show, and she said no, we're dating, we're getting to know each other, and it is something that is not just for the show. And he asked how old she is, and she said grown. How rude is it to ask a woman her age? I mean, Nell chimed in and said 42. What? You weren't talking to you? And Destiny was like, no, I don't even think Nell knows how old I am. And they kept flashing to Melody, and she was just looking off like, looking real stank face. I mean, she's just so disgusted and bothered because if I wasn't bothered by, listen, Melody, again, if you look really bothered, boo boo, it's obviously why you quit the show. You were sick and tired of being sick and tired. I get it, but if Destiny doesn't ring your bell, then I wouldn't give a. I'll be smiling. I'll be hey I wouldn't be looking the way you was looking, sour face. It's a reason. It's a reason. So Nell pretty much was trying to insinuate that Destiny is older and that she doesn't think she's a good fit for him based off of some things her and Destiny have discussed, some ways about Destiny she don't like. But before that, when they were triple dating, them, the Fletchers, Lance, Destiny, and Marcel and Latricia, months prior, or when in the beginning, Nell thought that it was good to go, but and Chris said too, I don't have one, I don't think about that in that respect. Whatever he wants is what he wants, but I can't answer whether or not Destiny is a good fit for Lance. And to Nell's credit, or to Destiny's credit, Nell said, well, hell, Destiny might not even want Lance. So, it ain't just about, Destiny fitting in. Hell, maybe Lance won't fit in. I know that's right. I'm glad Nell said that. At least she's ain't, she's not on some type of hate train. Destiny had to check Carlos, and this is one of about her age, because he tried to insinuate that she was, much older than Lance. Lance is 33, according to Nell. And Destiny says she's about 6, maybe 7 years older than Lance. So, she's turning 40 any day now, or as of now. And so what? She ain't 52. Hell, she ain't 62. I mean, he good and grown. I think Lance is a grandfather, I heard. Don't give me the line, child. That's what I heard. Like I said, I heard. These YouTube streets supposed to be talking about folks. But definitely had to check Carlos on, on trying to make her seem like she's robbing the cradle, she's some cougar. Then he asked if she's, always been attracted to Lance, even when during her relationship with Jayson / Moses. Now I call him Jayson because we found out on his, rap sheet that his name is Jayson. And I see Moses not one time on that sheet. I don't know. Moses is a nickname, an alias, so people won't check. Maybe that's what it was, an alias so that he wouldn't, be found. But anywho. You know how these ex-cons be sometimes. They want to not always be found or located, so they go by alias, AKA, BKA, not even a childhood nickname, because, if you didn't know, when you go into the joint, they ask for all the names you go by, have been known to be called. Family name, hood name, whatever name, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, Destiny was checking Carlos, child, when he got to that part about her, possibly cheating on Jayson. Well, you've always been attracted to Lance. So, was you looking at him when you was with well, he called him Moses, but I'm keep calling him Jayson. When you were with Jayson, she was like, what you mean? He's always been an attractive man. And like Destiny said, over the several years, she and Lance have always, flirted on and off. But it never got serious until this serious, they never acted on anything until they were both newly divorced, right? So back to Jayson. So Carlos was insinuating that Destiny was, lusting, and he said, were you lusting over Lance while you were in a relationship with Jayson? And she was like, no, when I was in a relationship, there was no lust. I was, into him and not doing anything like that. I don't, and she had to check. I'm like, no, it wasn't even like that. And, maybe somebody else, but no, I'm like, dang, like, I had to make a comment saying, well, not everybody feels like that way. Everybody ain't a whoremonger. Everybody ain't out here just screwing everything because people want to be accepted as whatever they are. So, okay, I'm this, so it is what it is. Well, first of all, we don't care what you doing. And why, again, everything ain't for everybody. Some people still have certain types of morals, certain type of respectabilities. Some people like to be traditional. Some people like to date, court before even, getting married. Some people like to wait until they married to, be intimate. Some, it's like there are still those values around and it's not outdated. The evolution of those values does not equate to screwing everything or having one night stands. I just really want people to understand and get out of the mindset that being loose with your body is okay, because it's really not. And this ain't about slut shaming, nothing like that, but it's just really not. Because, bottom of the line is respectability is still accountability and integral to a lot of people. So, including Destiny and me. Anywho, but not Carlos, because he was like, girl, I be looking, I be doing. I was like, okay, Carlos, whatever you doing. Destiny ain't doing it. That's that on that. And also she had to check him about being a lady, because as he asked Nell about how does Lance talk about Destiny, and Nell referenced, well, I like the lady. Oh, she's a lady? No. Carlos said, oh, so he calls her lady? And Destiny was like, yeah, because I am one. I know that's right. It's okay to be a lady, Carlos. Boy, what? Anywho, then child, they bring in that lady. They bring in that lady. She came in, of course, and get right to the issue as to why she was even on the show. And she started to lie and say how unfortunate the system is against, parolees, and how it's difficult for them to even start a business or even run their life. Nah, girl, regarding the business thing, we all know that he is a felon. Therefore, he cannot do certain things, like, if I'm not mistaken, one of the issues was that he opened up a line of credit in some type of way, and that's against the rules. On top of, he was out of jurisdiction, which is why he's locked up, because they found out he was out of jurisdiction, meaning he was where he wasn't supposed to be. Now, Remember when Destiny was dating him and she was always traveling to St. Louis or wherever they're from? Now we know why. See, when Jayson was with Destiny, he was following the rules. You know, he had some integrity about himself. But when he got married to Sunni or started being with Sunni, the integrity went out the window. And we seen him all over the place in Huntsville. Now I see why Destiny was like, why is he in Huntsville? Yeah, there's a hidden message behind that. Why is he in Huntsville? Well, because his parole says he ain't supposed to be. That's the part that Destiny wasn't saying. That's why she kept saying, I'm showing you grace. I'm showing you. See, again, y'all, I always say in my reviews, it's about what's not being said. That's the driving force behind a whole lot of decisions being made. I'm just saying. I mean, come on now. Don't you think that a man who don't want to go back to jail or prison or wherever he at, federal or state, that he will be obeying all rules, especially to show the woman he loves that he has a set future for her and with her? Yeah. Okay, Sunni. I guess you got you a good one, huh? Yeah, he didn't risk jail time with Destiny, but he showed it with her. Child, and then Sunni trying to make it seem like towards the end of her segment that he wasn't showing up for her on the show like he showed up for me. Girl, that ain't you twisted all that around just like she did when she came out talking about how parolees have it hard trying to build their life. Well, if they stay within the parameters, excuse me, if they wouldn't break the rules, they will be successful. Girl, but I wish I would have put that in the show. But those of us who know. And if you didn't know, now you know. Go back and check it out, y'all. Go on these YouTube streets and yeah. Anywho, what else Sunni said? Oh, so then Sunni tried to make it seem like, she done apologizing because the last time it wasn't received. Well, no, because it wasn't sincere. And what's her name? Destiny said, I will never accept it because in the midst of trying to move forward. And then that's when Sunni said, well, you can't be trying to move forward if every Monday on your podcast you're talking about me and my husband. Well, Destiny said, well, I'm reviewing the show and I'm reviewing about my experiences. So it is what it is. And at the same time, I believe Sunni been talking on her so-called podcast or whatever, trying to get back at Destiny. And then that's when Destiny said about the fake apologies because you're supposed to change behavior. But within some type of podcast or Sunni's YouTube channel or whatever the case may be, Sunni made a reference to, I know the real reason why Destiny got divorced and don't make me have to say something. Then she put up some type of picture about Maury Povich questioning the paternity of Destiny's son. And there were 3 choices. And child, Destiny brought that up. Girl, she was hot as fish grease about it. And I don't blame her. Destiny was like, she didn't say this, but you can tell it's up and it's stuck. And to add insult to injury, when Carlos asked, and everybody was like, oh, no, even Latricia chimed in after she said it was real trifling of Sunni to get with Destiny's old work. Carlos pretty much said, come on now, Sunni, you have to admit, insinuating or putting that up with all that conversation does look wrong. And Sunni was like, well, she can take it however she want to take it. Oh, okay. So my thing is, Sunni, if you're listening, watching, listen, or if anybody knows Sunni, if you're going to say something, make sure that you're directing it. Make sure you address that envelope because you can't talk in code and riddles when you did it. It was brought out. Now you're talking about, well, if it fit, it fit. No. Go ahead and address the envelope appropriately because it's coming back to you. But then again, we know that it should have went to where it was supposed to go. So you're looking like a big old red fool. That again, where is your girdle? And why was your breast hanging so low? Like, listen, y'all, everybody can't wear everything. I'm just saying. She and Destiny came out in a red fit out, but Destiny, of course, looking a lot better. I'm just saying. Because she ain't got as much mass. And it is what it is for those, for the dress. Because if Destiny was her size, trying to wear the dress Destiny had, it wouldn't have worked. But the dress that Sunni had didn't look right because, again, where's the girdle? And it got too many cutouts for them tig old bitties, and they sagging, looking low. She's trying to sit with her arms covering her midsection. Girl, if it don't look right sitting down, don't wear it. Anybody told her nothing as a woman? When you wearing when a woman is wearing anything, she sits down and see how it looks, especially some type of form-fitting dress. Where is your undergarments? A bra and panties. Hopefully she has some panties on. I'm just saying, it wasn't cute, Sunni. Now her hair was cute. I'll give her that. Nice makeup. She's a pretty girl, but girl, bye with all that. You looking like you looking. Your man locked up because he didn't have no integrity to make sure he was there to protect you while he's getting his life together. But he did it with Destiny, though. Ain't that nothing? What else happened, child? I think that was it for Sunni. Sunni got red. So at the end, like I said, when she was trying to throw shade at Destiny, talking about at least, her man showed up for her on the show. Yeah, he risked his life, his freedom, and now he in jail because of it. So that's when Melody kind of went after Sunni, when they were done with that particular scene and they were in Sunni's dressing room. So Melody closed the door I'm just checking on you, girl, just to talk about Destiny, of course, and to make it, seem as though and just laughing at Destiny. Child, I don't even know why Melody laughed at Destiny, but I'm gonna get into that. So, Melody and Sunni trying to play some type of game, trying to make it seem like they're trying to discredit what Destiny said. Now, what Destiny said earlier about them getting together, Destiny believes that it wasn't just the show calling Sunni and Jayson to come be on the show because Destiny's going to be on the show. Destiny made an insinuation that she knows that Melody and Sunni got together in the summer, sometime in July, is what Destiny said, so that they can come on the show and try and make it difficult for Destiny. And then that's when Melody laughed, right? Melody pretty much laughed, real hard. And then Carlos said, well, Melody, what you laughing at? Melody was like, so Destiny thinks that Sunni and Jayson came on the show just so that he can come and talk to her. She said, I never heard about nobody getting married to somebody's person that they know, excuse me, just to come on the show, contact somebody to come on the show just so that he can talk to her again. I mean, phones work, all sorts of ways he could have contacted her, but this just sounds ridiculous, like laughing at her. It is what it is. It does sound ridiculous, but stranger things have happened. Whatever. It is what it is. It does sound ridiculous, though. I ain't gonna lie. But Destiny believes that Jayson still has feelings for her. She said it during the show. She says, she can see how he looks at her from across the room when they in the same spaces and places. And if he's so into his wife, why is he still asking people about me? He's still talking to people in St. Louis, where we're from, or where was it, St. Louis? So wherever they from, Detroit, whatever they from, child. And he's still asking around town about me because people tell me. So it is what it is. I mean, if I'm pretty sure Destiny is not a liar to be going around talking out the side of her neck. So it is what it is, child. What else happened? I think that was it for what Destiny's part was. Yeah, that was it. So at the end, we see Destiny is removed from the stage. Like I said, I think after those times that Destiny was checking Carlos, because he looked at her like, and she looked at him, he kind of paused. Now they could have took that out, but he left that in for a reason. Because folks, people in authority like to press and stress who they are. So Destiny was removed from the stage, child. And they talking about Ken and Latricia. Of course, she denied having sex with Martell. Martell made a joke and about having sex with her, but didn't go over too well because Kim wasn't laughing. He didn't appreciate it. Why was Melody asked, does she think that Martell had sex with Latricia? She was, and I don't even know why. He messy. He's so doggone, and it's kind of trifling in a way because the first part, it just seems as though to leave Melody out of any part of a Martell conversation that was not introduced as an issue with Melody. If he's having issues with somebody else, don't even bring Melody into the conversation. Just leave her be with her screwed up face and just, she's on the stage, she's on the stage. So Carlos asked Melody, does she think Martell and Latricia has sex? Melody pretty much said, I don't know, I wasn't there. But he gonna fucking anything with legs. And then he got offended and said and so back to her, I couldn't really understand what he was saying because she was talking. And like I said, when he made a joke about having sex with Latricia, and Latricia's like, wait, what? Ken wasn't laughing. He said it wasn't fucking funny. But there was a lot of questions from Carlos to Latricia about, did you have sex with him? Did you want to? It's all these questions, the same type of, the same inquisition that Melody gave Latricia when Melody was trying to figure out what house, what driveway, what color was the house, what temperature was it outside, what time of the year it was. When Melody was asking Latricia about her visiting Martell. Now, again, Martell said Latricia came over there twice, but we only talking about this one time. I need, listen, now this is the end of part 2, y'all. But as far as part 3 is concerned, if they don't delve into the second time she came over there, then I know something. Because we're only talking about the first time. Again, Latricia said he kept pining over Melody. She was getting, she was, separated. And so was he. And it was just a bad situation. And, sometimes, men want to get some sympathy sex. So they talk about this, talk about that, hoping that whoever woman they talk in their heart to would feel sympathy and hold them tight. And next thing you know, her panties on. I think that's what it was actually, and she didn't fall for it. Child, whatever the case may be. Now, all this time I've been saying that they did have sex. I still believe it, but then again, who am I? It is what it is. That was it, y'all. Part 2, Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 9 reunion. Child, we gonna wait till part 3. Ooh, that's when that lame dude come on and some other things gonna transpire and Ken sitting on the edge of his seat waiting to pounce, but he know he can't. Actually, but then, like I said, my other review, something happened recently because now this reunion was filmed the end of 2024, like maybe 90 to 120 days ago. But just this month or in January, there was some arrests made. or some physical disputes between Marquez and Kim. Is that what I saw? Child, we'll get into it later. But yeah, that was it, y'all. Hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right, then. Bye. All day.